Hi guys, it's Yvette from Initiate Debt Free Mode. Today I wanted to talk to you about how to kickstart your debt-free journey. Maybe you've been thinking about it for a while, you're not too sure where to start from, and that's the reason you're watching this video. So I'm going to give you 5 steps to help you get started in your debt-free journey. Step 1 is to decide that enough is enough. And again, you're probably watching this video because you have made that decision. It's got to bother you enough to want to change it. You need to be able to come to that point where you're sick and tired of doing the same things and expecting the same, different results, or doing the same things and hoping that, something's going to change. Maybe you're going to win the lottery or, something like that. I mean, you could win the lottery, which would be good for you. But the truth is, without the correct money management, you probably will still win the lottery and in 5 years go back with no money if you don't have the right money mindset. And that's why it's important getting out of debt. The debt-free journey is not just about not having debt anymore, but it's actually about staying out of debt as well. So it's important to get your mindset right. You need to decide that you've had enough of the living paycheck to paycheck, not being able to answer your phone when you see an unknown caller, or not being able to open up your post because you just know that it's a bill chasing company, and not being able to live that life that you want to. You need to come to that point to say that that's it. You've got to change something and you're willing to do that. Step 2, you have to learn to be content. This is so important because in today's society, especially in the Western world, we're being shown so many things that leads to discontentment, because the truth is, for you to be discontent, it really comes from an awareness. And I say that because if you have someone who lives, let's say, on a farm somewhere, and they've never been exposed to telephone or laptop or any of these fancy gadgets, they don't really know. So they don't have a need for it and they don't want it. You only start to want it when you become aware of it. So awareness can bring that discontentment to us. So you first need to be able to know that you're prone to be discontent, because we all are. And so once you start knowing that this is something that could happen, it could happen to you, you will then be able to train your mind and build yourself up to see it coming and know how to defend yourself against it. Throughout, we're just being shown images of beauty things that we get discontent about, maybe how we look. We're being shown a lot of things like you could have a nicer car, you could have a better phone, you could have this, you could have that. The list goes on. So you need to decide to be content. It's not the same as being complacent. So complacent is just being comfortable and you don't want to do anything else. That's different. Being content means that, I'm happy with what I have right now. It doesn't mean that I'm not working harder to get to the next stage that I want to get to, but it's you working hard to get to that stage and not just being pushed to get to that stage when you're not ready, because it makes profit for another company. Step number 3 is to know your why. So why do you want to get out of debt? It's not just the goal of I want to be debt free maybe in 3 years, but it's really why do you want to be debt free? So you want to get to the root of it, because when the going gets hard, your why will keep you going. It's knowing that, for us, one of the reasons as well is for our family. We want to be able to we're a family of 5, and traveling is expensive, when you bring in tickets, accommodation and all that for 5 people. But we want to be able to get to that point where we're able to cash flow our vacations without having the stress of thinking that, we have to come back and pay for it, and it's we're getting more into debt or anything like that. We want to be able to explore the world. We want to visit countries and experience other cultures and enjoy what we have been surrounded with, and one of the things that we can do to be able to enjoy that is being debt free. And so that is one of our whys. You need to know your why. What does it mean to you? What does being debt free help you to achieve? Right? Maybe for you it could be that you're finally able to leave a job that you really dislike, and Mondays are probably the worst for you. If you start work on Mondays and Fridays are your best days. It really shouldn't be like that. You're robbing yourself of your joy. So you need to find out why you want to do this. Step 4, you've got to educate yourself. The truth is, it doesn't matter what you do, you need to learn every day. If you're not learning, you're not growing. It really is as simple as that. And when it comes to being debt free, education is an important part of it. So in educating yourself, I normally say, in 2 ways. There's the internal education and then the external education. I see the internal education as things that you are learning from yourself. So you want to learn about things like what got you to this state. So what kind of emotional habits and behaviors have got you to this point. And it's going to be different for everybody. Maybe for you find that whenever you're feeling down, you like to go shopping, whether online or in the shops, just to make you feel good about yourself. So you need to be able to identify these things, because these are the habits that have got you where you are, to be able to know where you need to develop new habits to counter these old habits. And then when we come to the other side of education, which is the external education, one of it is what you're doing now, watching videos that help you know how to get out of debt. There are a lot of books, there are a lot of videos, other YouTube videos, a lot of blogs out there that can help you get out of debt. You need to educate yourself on how to listen and read about how other people have done it. It doesn't mean that you can, every step-by-step approach will work for you. But again, that's why the 2 education is important. You need to know yourself, the internal education, and then when you take the external education, you bring them together in a way that works for you, because it's the only way that you can actually succeed. You may not be able to take someone's blueprint and go according to it exactly and succeed, because your circumstance might be different than their circumstance. Your personality is different. Your why is different. Your goals are different. So you need to bring those 2 educations together and develop and build a plan that works for you. And that leads me into our 5th and final step, talking about plans: budget. You know it. We can't talk about getting out of debt without talking about budget, because we need to budget. A budget is a plan for your money. So budgeting doesn't mean that you're broke, or budgeting doesn't mean that you can't spend anything on what you want apart from what you need. Budgeting just means that you're taking time to plan what you want your money to do, instead of just coming back at the end of the month and finding out what your money has been doing. So that's what the budget is, and that's what it does for you. And if you're planning on getting out of debt, if you want to get out of debt, you need a budget. It really is as simple as that. We have got a free budget template on our website. I'll leave the link below. You can download that for free and get started with how to budget. It really is one of the best things that you can do for your finances and for your money when you're looking at, and not just getting out of debt, but just being able to have a healthier financial life. So check that out. If you want more resources, we have got an expense tracker. We've got a debt tracker as well on our website, and they're all free. We've got a lot of free resources on our website. Is initiatedebtfreemode.com. You can check us out there. All the best in your journey, and I hope that we've been able to help you initiate your debt-free mode.